Hi, welcome to No Joke Survival.
Preparations for the average family.
I'm Jason, drinks too much coffee, Hill.
I'm James, has too much hair, Blackburn.
I'm Danny, very crazy Linsky.
I love the birds at the end of that
Nice.
intro.
Yeah.
I'm always looking around.
Yeah, it's like I'm here inside my head or
Yep.
something. I hear all that bird chirping going on.
And today's episode, we're going to talk about natural disasters and why it's important to be prepared for them.
Yep. And I can't wait because we've all experienced a few natural disasters in our lifetime, particularly Danny with her tornado.
I thought you were going to say, I
story.
can't wait for a natural disaster. What is wrong with
I'm going
you?
to test out all these theories next time it floods here in town.
Just the gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
You were in a tornado.
My, oh, go ahead. No, you go
Oh,
ahead.
I was in a hurricane, so I got to see the aftermath of that. And I was actually pretty far inland, so there was like trees down to everywhere and trash and
Wow.
debris to where we couldn't even get off our street because trees were blocking the road.
So
pretty
she
intense.
experienced a tornado, you experienced a hurricane. You know what natural disaster I experienced? I stubbed my toe today.
Oh, man.
I was
it
going to
still
say
hurts.
you broke a shoelace. I can
Yeah.
sense something.
Did you have your first aid kit ready?
Yes, I did. But it's dawning on me that I haven't lived through anything intense like that though yet. So I'm probably
good
been
thing.
pretty lucky.
It's a good
Yeah, it's
thing.
probably a good thing because obviously, there's a lot of negative things. People do get hurt in natural disasters. So, we're not trying to make light of it. What we want is you to be prepared for
Yep.
it.
Prepared and
So-
aware for it. But
Now, what are some of the common natural disasters?
we've got tornado and hurricane.
Tornado.
I don't think stubbing a toe quite counts.
It hurt this morning, but earthquake though. I mean that's a good
Earthquakes.
natural disaster. I mean not good, but it's a natural disaster.
There's
knock
a-
something over.
Flood. There's flooding,
Yeah.
which can be mud, as far as mudslides or whatnot. So there's a few things that can happen in a flood.
Well, and another thing with the flooding is sometimes, it's raining and you're not really paying attention because, it's raining. And the banks of the stream or the river or wherever, they could actually be coming up really quick to the point where they either block any exits or roads that you're trying to get out or they overtake your home. And in some cases, it happens so fast that you're lucky if you can crawl up on your roof and
Yeah.
get helicoptered out.
It's actually
Yeah.
what happened to a neighbor of ours actually here in, the desert state. Actually, she was driving and it just happened so fast. And, we were living on a dirt road. And so, it just came so quick. So another is volcano. I mean, not a lot of states really encounter that, but
Mount St.
they're
Helens,
there.
when that blew,
Yeah.
everyone that was living close to that experienced a natural disaster. And the point is that you don't know when they're going to happen. As much as we ask them to give us some warning, they just don't comply.
Yep. Well, and they've taken a lot of steps to educate themselves on, I guess you could say, warning
warning systems.
exactly. And fortunately, I don't live anywhere now that a tornado really would hit my house, but I imagine if I were still living in Alabama, we would probably have a much better warning system than we had, 15 some years ago as it was.
Right.
So.
And I did think of one natural disaster that I did witness. It wasn't a massive one, but I did see a flash flood once up in the mountains. And it was raining pretty mildly, but you don't know, miles from there it could be raining a bunch more.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just came right out of the rock and
Yeah.
spread out across the forest. And it was beautiful, but at the same time I made sure I got out of the way.
Yep.
Sure.
Well, and as far as weather goes, a lot of folks don't think, snow, it's not that bad, but you can have blizzards, really, and same thing with flash floods. You can get stuck where you're at because of it, so.
Now, it sounds like we've covered quite a few of the natural disasters, but what about man-made?
There's disease, which can be man-made,
Yep.
like for terrorists or something like that. But that's definitely one that would you need to watch out for because they spread so quickly,
Yeah, I agree too. And with the terrorist thing too, you never know when and where they're going to strike. So just having a good plan in advance is always a good thing.
But a common man-made would be like people burning their house down, whether it's cooking, electrical fire, it can
Yep.
not be intentional.
There's car accidents. I mean, that's probably, as far as disasters, one of the most common. It's just people more than fender benders.
So when we come back, we're going to have a guest that's going to talk about CERT, and we're going to go in more in depth. So thanks for joining us.
Back.